Hello and welcome back, YouTubers. I'm Protomario. The news has been out for a while that Nintendo has announced a new console. Okay, so then, the name of the Nintendo console is codenamed NX. So, that's 10, right? Well, what about Nintendo's? Nintendo's. That'd be a good cereal, right? Good breakfast cereal. I think that would be pretty funny to name it that. The Nintendo's. And it comes with a free box of old Mario cereal. That'd be awesome. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm thinking, I'm imagining. These are my requests for the next console and thing like that. First off, I would like to state that the games that are probably going to be developed on smartphones by Nintendo are probably going to link up and work with this new codenamed NX. In the past, Nintendo has discussed talking about how their handheld system would work in tandem with their console. So, for example, they did have the idea and the desire to make a handheld system to where you could take it on the go and then link it to your system and play it on your system. But it hasn't been able to be implemented yet due to technology constraints, the whole problem with bandwidth, wireless internet, things of that nature. It's not up to snuff yet. It's not a continuous signal, and as soon as you lose that signal, it kills it, you know, so you're kind of at a loss if you lose that signal. But this is what I'm thinking that they're going to do. I think they're going to use the smartphones to link up with the more powerful device at your home or on a server somewhere, and you're going to be using that device's power to stream the game. Now, I don't know if the latency will be an issue and things of that nature as it has been in the past with doing that stuff like with OnLive, but we'll have to see. So, my main concerns for the system is, one, I don't want to see another PlayStation 4, Xbox One. They're hashing it out, you know. Sony people are sitting here saying the Xbox One's a giant lunchbox, it's a toaster, and the Xbox guys are calling the PlayStation 4 the Indie Station 4. They're both idiots. Look, both of the people who stand in those camps are freaking retards. Don't even give them any credit. Don't argue with them. Let them die. Let them die with no socialization. Just let them die off. They're just like trolls. You don't feed the trolls, guys, so don't feed the Sony and the Xbox fanboys who debate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The best idea is to get both the consoles if you enjoy both of the games. So I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Nintendo getting mixed up in that. Because in the last console war with Super Nintendo versus the Sega, we see how that went. Sega just died. They're gone. Dead forever. They don't make consoles anymore. And that's really sad and depressing because they screwed up so many consoles. The 32X, the Saturn, and then they got it right with the Dreamcast. But it was too late. And it makes me sad to say that they're gone. They were a big part of my nostalgia and my childhood. I remember playing my Sega. But that's my point in console wars. It's just a company can be gone with a couple of screw-ups and that's it. They're done. They're done. You screw up once, you screw up twice, that's it. Goodbye. See you later. So, that's the console war. I don't want to see Nintendo enter the console war again. I want them to be off on the side. People are enjoying them, having a good time. You know, when people say innovation, they think Nintendo. They don't think these other systems, you know. Like the Kinect and the PlayStation Move. Let's be real here, guys. Are you serious? Are you serious? Serious? How many of you guys are still playing Killzone with your, PlayStation Move gun controller? How many? How many of you? You playing it on your PlayStation 3D TV? How'd that go? You know? How about that Kinect? So, I'm okay with Nintendo having the innovation corner there, and I think that's what makes them, personally. That's me. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. I would also like to see them integrate a more PC-like system. Now, I know a lot of people are going to sit here and be like, why? Okay, first off, I would like to see them add a Blu-ray drive that can actually play DVDs and Blu-rays, because it would be nice to have a Wii U that I could watch movies off of, more so than now. When they had the Wii, you couldn't really watch movies off of it. You had to, when Netflix was around with it, first off, you had to have a really weird attaching cord if you wanted a wired internet. And then, second off, if you want to use the crappy wireless internet in it, you would have a low quality stream. And then you would sometimes have to get a disc, put the disc in, and then it would connect you to a special network and they would play the movie back on Netflix. That's terrible. That's terrible when you can watch a movie or a show at the click of a button on your Xbox or PlayStation. That's absolutely terrible. Now it's a little different, but I still would like to see them have support for disc. I would like to see them have support for playback. For example, your friend has a movie on his thumb drive, and he just plugs it into your new Nintendo console, and you just watch it. Easy peasy, done. I would also like to see Nintendo do what Microsoft is doing and allow you to stream your games to a different source. Let's say smartphone, as I said before, but let's also say like your PC. If you have a controller and you have a game that is being like redone or remastered or reported, like let's say the Virtual Console gets ported, okay, which they need to do that. They need to port your Virtual Console over on the next Nintendo system. You can stream that on your PC if your family wants the TV, Get rid of the Wii U pad. I love it. I'm not going to say that I don't. I absolutely love it. Once again, it's great to use when my daughter wants to watch something and I want to play a game. It's great. I can use the TV for Netflix while my daughter watches whatever show she's watching. And that's wonderful. And that's easy to use. But either keep it and allow streaming to other devices also, or get rid of it for a more favorable controller. Now, as far as the controller goes, it really has to emulate the 360s or Xbox Ones. That's just the standard, man. It works so well. And when you change up, like, put the thumbsticks on the bottom, it sucks, man. It's like, no, please. Or you put, like, both thumbsticks on the top, it's like, this doesn't feel good at all. So when you're used to a controller design, for me, that would be a lot better. It would feel a lot more natural to me. Put in a nice SSD. Costly as it may be, I think there needs to be some kind of hard drive support, man. You can't keep using these SD cards and then be like, well, I can't download games anymore. It's the same issue with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. You have these hard drives, and then when you download a game, or two, you get a quarter of your hard drive used up, and all you have is like 8 games you can play for your next generation console. That's crap. That's some bull crap right there, So why? Why is that a thing? Why? Why can't you just put a bigger hard drive? I know it'll increase the cost, but nobody wants to sit there and be constrained by the games that they can play. Nobody wants to have to make the decision of deleting a game, then having to download it later on for 10 hours straight because it's a huge 50 gigabyte download. Nobody wants that. So you have to come up with a solution. Either use bigger discs and have it read off the disc and partially install what needs to be installed, or include a bigger hard drive, but do away with the SD cards. They're junk. Another dream would be to have a card reader so that you could use your 3DS to play games on the new platform. That would be awesome. Just have a card reader. Just pop the card in, boom, ready to go. I'm really sad that there's not any more console-based 3DS or Game Boy adapters. That used to be really cool for me. The Super Game Boy and the Game Boy player on the GameCube. Those were awesome because I could play them on the TV. And there are times where I'd really rather play a game on the TV than look at the old Game Boy. And it's just how I feel. I would like steady 60 frames a second. I couldn't care less about resolution, but it should definitely be a minimum of HD. As far as internet goes, it needs to have a wired connection along with wireless support, and that's about it. That's pretty much it for me. That's my dream. That's my dream console. You slap Mario, Metroid, and Zelda on there, Star Fox and Kirby, you know, it'll sell like hotcakes. F-Zero, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, boom. You got your support for everything that you need. You got your expansion. You got your controller support. Play games on your cell phone, play games on your 3DS, stream to them, stream to your computer even. Getting awesome, right? Can't do much better than that. That's how I feel. I don't want any virtual reality headset. I don't want any 3D. I don't want to lose the use of my eye because I was looking at the Virtual Boy for more than an hour. Okay? Guys, this is how I feel. This is what I think Nintendo needs to do. If you agree with me, you can put a comment in the section below, or you can put your dream console in the section below. This is just some daydreaming, and I'm sure a lot of these features will be implemented, but I'm not sure if all of them will. So let me know in the comments below what you think and how you feel about this, and I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy gaming. And now, the important decision of joining the Maverick Rebellion. We are a tight group of individuals who rebel against stereotypes and greater evils that are commonly accepted. ISPs, children being conned out of games, sexism in video games, enough is enough, and the Mavericks have had it. If you choose to subscribe, or stay subscribed, you are joining the fight against injustice by watching my numerous video topics. From net neutrality to publishers covering up botched releases, the Mavericks are always informed on the issues plaguing your gaming experience today. So don't be left out in the cold, and don't let those people keep you down. Join the Maverick Rebellion today and become a member of the community that will listen and engage with you. What are you waiting for? Just click subscribe and you'll be in good company. Mavericks unite!